Terence Crawford just watched Teofimo Lopez's latest training footage, and what happened next has the entire boxing community buzzing. The pound-for-pound legend couldn't hide his reaction to what he saw. Sources say Crawford's genuine shock about Lopez's current condition has him seriously worried about his close friend and training partner Shakur Stevenson's chances on January. People close to Crawford claim they overheard some pretty wild conversations about Lopez's physical state and training intensity right now. Word is Crawford dropped some bombshell comments about what he witnessed. Reports say he told people something like, "This dude is an absolute monster right now. I've got to be honest, I've never seen Teo looking this dangerous before." Shakur needs to understand, because this version of Lopez is unlike anything we've witnessed previously. These alleged statements are already blowing up across social media, with fans going crazy in comment sections arguing about whether Crawford is legitimately concerned or just building hype for the massive showdown. Multiple sources insist Crawford's worries are completely real, and the legendary champion has supposedly been drilling Shakur even more intensely after witnessing what Teofimo is bringing to this preparation.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Teo is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ.
Now, before we get into the shocking training clips that have everybody talking, Crawford dropped some pretty bold predictions that just added more fuel to this already explosive situation. Right after sparring videos of Crawford and Shakur working together blew up online, Terence supposedly posted a confident prediction about the upcoming battle. Crawford reportedly shared on social media, "I don't claim to know everything, but what I do know is Shakur Stevenson is going to beat the hell out of Teofimo Lopez." Even though the message seemed confident, people who know Crawford personally supposedly picked up on something different in his tone compared to his typical predictions. One unnamed source supposedly said Bud always supports Shakur publicly because that's his guy. But behind closed doors, he's been warning people that Teo looks absolutely insane in training right now. He's definitely not sleeping on this.
Great defensive fighter, very good offensive fighter. The difference between the two, for me, I think that Teofimo might be a little bit stronger of the two. But, speed can sometimes nullify power.
This reaction becomes even more interesting when you consider Crawford has been working with Shakur throughout this entire camp, which gives him inside knowledge of Stevenson's preparation and current condition. Most people think Crawford is trying to keep Shakur confident and motivated through these bold public predictions, but his private worries about Teofimo's preparation could paint a completely different picture. The boxing world has been going absolutely crazy ever since training clips of both fighters started making rounds online, with analysts breaking down every single detail, trying to figure out who holds the edge. Shockingly, there have supposedly been times during Shakur's training camp where even Crawford seemed genuinely surprised by the level of intensity that Teofimo is showing in his preparation.
The only way to win, if he stays outside of boxes, Shakur gonna pick him apart. Shakur's a polished boxer with some of the best feet in the game right now, and he's a defensive-minded fighter, which is very smart. It's hard to hit him. He makes you gamble to hit him, and he's gonna be a tough one to deal with. But if Teofimo is willing to gamble to beat him, then Teofimo can definitely make it a really good fight.
People who claim they witnessed training sessions say Terence Crawford supposedly showed Shakur some recent clips of Teofimo working and shared some troubling observations. One insider who wanted to stay anonymous reportedly revealed Crawford pulled Shakur to the side and basically said, "Look at this guy's hand speed, check out his power, watch his movement." He wasn't trying to frighten him, but he definitely wanted Shakur to realize this isn't the same Teofimo from his previous battles. These supposed conversations have become become incredibly important now that we're only weeks away from one of the year's biggest fights, and fans are questioning whether Crawford sees something the public is missing. Boxing experts believe Crawford's experience competing at the elite level gives him special insight to evaluate fighter conditions and predict potential results just from training footage.
And I feel like you one of the last of the dying breed that actually want real challenges.
Yeah, I'm competitive, bro, so it's like, I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Teo his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he like a baby Roy, like he like doing things hands down, flashy.
Sources claim there were times during camp where Crawford supposedly told Shakur's team they needed to turn up the intensity because Teofimo was preparing like everything depended on it. According to people familiar with the situation, there was supposedly a moment where Crawford told the team, "Y'all don't get it, Teo is coming to destroy. This guy is training like he's battling for undisputed at heavyweight division. We have to match that same energy or this could turn really bad." The supposed statement is now being dissected by fans who think Crawford was legitimately worried about whether Shakur was taking this threat seriously enough during the early camp stages. The most incredible part of this whole situation is the specific training footage that supposedly made Crawford reconsider his original thoughts about how this fight could unfold.
He a little cuckoo too, like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while.
So who do you think wins that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
Multiple sources who follow both fighters' social media closely say Teofimo Lopez has been dropping absolutely brutal training videos that display his speed and conditioning at unprecedented levels. One source close to Crawford's camp reportedly shared Bud watched Teo working the mitts and his exact reaction was, "That's different level stuff. That's not regular." He kept replaying the footage, studying the combinations, the angles, the explosive power. You could see he was both impressed and worried simultaneously. These supposed reactions from Crawford haven't been officially confirmed through direct statements, but multiple consistent reports from different sources suggest something major happened during this training camp.
I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out. How I see this fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. Not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical with Shakur.
What makes this whole thing even more fascinating is Crawford supposedly didn't just watch the footage by himself. He reportedly showed it to Shakur and other team members to ensure everyone understood exactly what they're facing. Fans have been completely flooding social media with both excitement and worry about these reports, with emotions reaching fever pitch throughout the boxing community. One fan supposedly tweeted, "If Crawford is legitimately concerned about Shakur after watching Teo's training, then this fight is going to be absolutely incredible." Bud recognizes talent when he sees it, and he's never been wrong about these things. Another posted with obvious anticipation, Terence calling Teofimo a beast is the ultimate stamp of approval. This guy defeated everyone and he's saying Teo looks frightening. January 31st needs to get here immediately.
You just said, though, you said that you ready to pull an upset. So you acknowledging that Shakur is the better fighter?
Never.
No. You said the upset.
Well, I say the odds are probably has him ahead.
No, yeah, it's just the odds. They got him as the favorite.
Critics have been quick to mention that all of this could just be promotional build-up designed to create more buzz and pay-per-view sales. One skeptical fan commented, "This is nothing but hype and marketing. Obviously, Crawford is going to claim Teo looks dangerous. It makes Shakur's possible win look even more impressive. Don't buy into the promotional games." This split among fans shows the complicated nature of modern boxing promotion, where real concerns and calculated hype become nearly impossible to separate. The timing of Crawford's supposed comments becomes especially meaningful considering how close we are to the actual fight night at Madison Square Garden. With the bout scheduled for January 31st, both fighters are deep in their final preparation phases, and any mental games at this stage could create real impact. Many observers find it significant that Crawford would make such strong statements about Teofimo's condition when Shakur still has several weeks of training left to reach peak form.
Would Teofimo knock out Shakur? No. Can Teo adjust to the point where he beats Shakur? Yeah. You don't see how? Shakur hates slick and economic boxers. So does Teo. They both hate what each other are. Shakur looks great against volume punchers.
Boxing experts have been studying whether Crawford's supposed warnings represent genuine tactical concerns or calculated attempts to motivate Shakur to push even harder during these final weeks. Sources close to the situation claim Crawford has been incredibly involved during this entire training camp, dedicating significantly more time with Shakur than he did for previous fights. One person supposedly connected to the camp revealed Bud is literally present almost every single day. He's sparring with Shakur, offering guidance, studying film, analyzing every detail. This isn't casual mentorship, he's completely committed to ensuring Shakur wins this battle. The level of dedication Crawford has supposedly displayed has convinced many that his concerns about Teofimo are completely real instead of promotional strategy.
Give out too much. I don't want to give out too much.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, we all know he had problems with people that move around the ring. He wants to stand in front of them, and he could pick them apart when you stand right there in front of him. But I plan on doing, I mean, I'm not going to say the game plan, but I plan on doing a little bit of both.
What makes this situation even more captivating is the specific elements of Teofimo's training that supposedly grabbed Crawford's attention and created warning signs. According to sources claiming knowledge of Crawford's analysis, the legendary fighter was especially impressed by three particular aspects of Lopez's recent training footage. First, the hand speed Teofimo is currently showing supposedly looks noticeably quicker than what he displayed in previous fights at 140 pounds. One source familiar with Crawford's thoughts supposedly revealed Bud kept mentioning his hands are ridiculously fast right now. He said Teo looks like he's fighting at 135 with the speed he's showing, but he's carrying 140 power behind those shots. Second, the footwork and ring positioning Lopez demonstrated in training videos supposedly showed major improvements from his most recent performances against other opponents.
As far as next, I want to see him fight Teo. If Teo can win, I don't have him beating Shakur, but he's more likely to fight Devin with out no clauses, just straight up welterweight. We have video footage. We've seen a Shakur Stevenson say in an interview, I don't want no clauses. Then maybe a year later on the Breakfast Club interview, he say, I want clauses.
Sources claim Crawford was especially impressed by how smoothly Teofimo was moving side to side while maintaining perfect punching position throughout his combinations. Third, and possibly most troubling for Shakur's camp, the pure physical conditioning Teofimo appears to be in right now supposedly exceeds anything he's displayed in previous training camps. One insider supposedly shared Crawford watched Teo doing these brutal conditioning drills, and he told Shakur this guy is preparing for 12 tough rounds. He's not hunting for an early knockout, he's ready to battle for the complete distance. This depth of detailed analysis from someone with Crawford's knowledge and experience makes these observations especially valuable for understanding what could actually happen when they fight. The fourth element that supposedly caught Crawford's eye was Teofimo's improved defensive awareness and head movement during his recent training sessions. Sources claim Crawford pointed out specific moments in Lopez's training footage where his defensive reactions look sharper than they've been in years.
Man, that fight right there, I think this is gonna be I think this is gonna be Shakur best opponent for him, style-wise and all of that, just because I feel like they match him up perfect.
One person close to the situation supposedly stated Bud was really impressed with how Teo is avoiding punches now. He told the team, y'all see how clean his defense has become? Shakur's going to struggle landing clean shots if Teo keeps moving like that. These observations have reportedly created adjustments in Shakur's game plan, with more focus being placed on setting up traps and creating opportunities rather than depending on straight technical boxing. The fifth and final aspect that sources claim concerned Crawford was the mental focus and intensity Teofimo is showing in every single training session. According to insiders, Crawford supposedly told people in Shakur's camp that Lopez seems to be in a completely different headspace than he was during his recent fights. One source supposedly quoted Crawford saying, "This isn't the same Teo who was cruising through fight. This is the Teo who demolished Lomachenko. This is hungry Teo, and that's the most dangerous version of him." This assessment has supposedly pushed Crawford to work even more intensely with Shakur on mental preparation and staying focused throughout all 12 rounds.
I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally, okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you're gonna see. I promise you're gonna see.
The investigation into what Crawford truly thinks about this matchup continues to captivate boxing fans who are desperately trying to predict what happens. Terence Crawford has publicly declared on several occasions that Shakur Stevenson will beat Teofimo Lopez, and he even reportedly made a $10,000 bet with streamer Adin Ross backing Shakur. The public confidence Crawford shows creates an interesting contrast to the supposed private worries that sources claim he shared about Teofimo's current condition. However, some people close to Crawford's camp have supposedly suggested that his public confidence and private concerns aren't actually conflicting.
What a fight this is. It's a super fight. It's a super fight. It's interesting because every time I've spoken to Shakur about moving up in weight, he's always said, look, I'm good at 135. I think he understands that these guys at 140 are just a lot bigger.
This viewpoint makes complete sense, given Crawford's own experience facing dangerous opponents throughout his legendary career, and understanding that confidence needs to be balanced with respect. Crawford's involvement in this fight extends beyond casual support or friendship with Shakur Stevenson. According to multiple sources familiar with the situation, the legendary fighter has supposedly been running film study sessions with Shakur, breaking down Teofimo's previous fights and identifying patterns and habits. Insiders reportedly revealed Bud and Shakur have studied the Lomachenko fight like 50 times. They've analyzed the Kambosos fight, the Josh Taylor fight, every single important moment of Teo's career. This level of preparation shows how seriously Crawford is approaching his mentor role and how determined he is to give Shakur every possible advantage. Sources also claim Crawford has been selecting specific sparring partners who can copy different aspects of Teofimo's style and physical traits.
Like, we know Teo for getting up for the big fights. And the reason why I really want to see this fight, I truly believe that Teo could stop Shakur. It ain't going to be no headshot that's going to do it. It's going to be the body shots. Shakur didn't get on those ropes when he fought Zepeda. I felt like Zepeda put.
One person close to the camp supposedly stated Bud hand-selected every single sparring partner for this camp. He wanted fighters who box like Teo, guys with similar power, similar speed, similar angles. Nothing is being overlooked. The careful attention to detail Crawford is supposedly investing in this preparation has impressed everyone on Shakur's team and boosted their confidence. The bigger implications of Crawford's supposed reactions go far beyond just this single fight between Shakur and Teofimo. This matchup represents a possible changing of the guard in the lighter weight classes, with two young champions in their absolute prime battling for supremacy. Crawford's deep involvement with Shakur's preparation shows how seriously the legendary fighter views this bout and how much is potentially on the line for everyone involved. Boxing analysts think whoever wins this fight will immediately become one of the sport's biggest stars and potentially create even bigger matchups in the future.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez. What a fight. Who wins that? Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him on the pod. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer. Slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time.
Interestingly, Teofimo Lopez himself has made it obvious that beating Shakur is just the first step in his master plan to eventually face Crawford at higher weights. Lopez mentioned in a recent interview that if Crawford can move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo, then Teofimo should be able to move up to challenge Crawford too. This creates an extra layer of excitement to the situation since Crawford is effectively helping prepare the opponent his future opponent needs to beat first. Some boxing insiders supposedly think Crawford's intense involvement in Shakur's camp could actually be motivated by wanting to study Teofimo's style and tendencies for a possible future fight. One analyst supposedly commented Crawford is brilliant at studying opponents. By helping Shakur prepare for Teo, he's also collecting information on Lopez's patterns, habits, and weaknesses for a potential future battle. Whether this theory has any merit remains unknown, but it definitely adds interesting context to why Crawford might be so heavily invested in this particular matchup.
Tim Bradley said that he feels like Shakur Stevenson can hurt you. Not necessarily with power, but by frustrating you, controlling the distance, nullifying your offense, just making you look bad. He said that he feels like Shakur has superior boxing IQ compared to you.
That's cool. That's his opinion. That's cool.
The relationship between Crawford and Lopez has been complex over the years, with periods of tension and mutual respect switching throughout their careers. Sources claim Crawford's assessment of Teofimo's current training condition is purely professional and based on objective analysis rather than personal feelings. One insider supposedly shared Bud respects Teo's abilities even though they've had their problems. When he says Teo looks like a beast, that's coming from genuine recognition of skill, not trying to stir up drama. This professional approach from Crawford shows his maturity and understanding that boxing is ultimately about respecting the craft regardless of personal relationship. As the boxing world processes all these developments and tries to separate reality from promotional hype, the biggest questions still need answers. Is Terence Crawford genuinely worried that Shakur could be in real danger against this version of Teofimo Lopez? The reality is, without direct statements from Crawford himself confirming or denying these supposed private comments, much of this story exists in insider reports and speculation. However, the fact that Crawford is training so intensely with Shakur and investing so much time in camp suggests he's taking this threat very seriously regardless of his public statements.
Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
The most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
What we know for absolute certain is both fighters are in incredible shape. The build-up has been completely electric, and January 31st cannot arrive soon enough for boxing fans. Whether Teofimo Lopez is truly the beast that sources claim Crawford called him, or whether Shakur Stevenson's technical excellence will prove too much, remains to be seen in the ring. For now, Crawford must keep pushing Shakur to be completely ready for whatever version of Teofimo appears at Madison Square Garden on fight night. The stakes couldn't be higher, the preparation has been intense, and the boxing world is ready for what promises to be an absolute war between two elite fighters. Hopefully both fighters stay healthy, make it to the ring safely, and deliver the kind of performance that matches all the incredible hype and anticipation.